Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, talking about that Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And today, this is an interesting topic, one I've kind of been stewing on for a while, but we're going to be talking about the cheating problem in Rust Console Edition. Not to be confused with the PC side, we're going to go through it. I'll also go over what they're doing about it, what it is and what it isn't for us over on the console side, again, for PlayStation and Microsoft or Xbox. So here we go. Okay, so without saying the name of any of these things, and I would appreciate anybody in the comments to keep that to themselves. We're not trying to promote any of this stuff, because cheating in any game it just ruins it, you know? Like, we're having a good time, and, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense that people, you know, it just craps on everybody's good time. So, yeah, so we're just going to talk about what they are, and again, what they aren't, and we're going to call them by their functionality. So they're mouse and keyboard adapters that plug into controllers, right? They're like third-party things. They are not certified by PlayStation or Xbox. You can get banned from those, not only from those platforms, but from the games you play on. Things like Rainbow Six, what's another one? Warzone, PUBG. If it's a game type that doesn't support mouse and keyboard, and you're using a third-party adapter to circumvent it, it is cheating. So don't do it. So we'll just call them M and K adapters, or mouse and keyboard adapters. M and K, that's what it stands for. Okay. So what it does, it's recoil macros, and it allows you to plug in a mouse and a keyboard. And why is that so important? Well, if you think about it on a controller, the movement is different with the analog sticks. It's got pros and cons. So do mouse and keyboard. When we're talking about an FPS, if you put controller people against mouse and keyboard, there's a lot of inherent disadvantages between the two. And it makes it difficult for either party to kind of get down. So basically, the M and K people are going to roll over you. Now, recoil macros or scripts, I know a lot of people call this hacking and everything else. Technically, it's not. They're just they're like little scripts, or they're more or less macros. So they stop recoil from weapons. You're like, well, that's not a big deal. Oh, but it is. Let me show you. So like things like the AK. Let me go ahead and find a wall to shoot this into, so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to hold down the button, or I'm not going to resist the recoil. Here we go. Here's the AK. That's with no pulling down. So with the macro, it'll keep it in the center of the screen. Now let me try the SMG. So you can already see the advantage of having that, especially if you're trying to fight it again on a dual analog stick. Here you go. M249 is probably one of the bigger ones. That's right to the sky. So what those do is those will keep those down. Definitely not warranted here, warranted or allowed on Rust Console Edition, very specifically if you read the terms of service, if anybody ever reads that. And so it's a huge advantage. So you see people beaming you. If you've ever been playing and someone snaps around and shoots you real quick, that's just a mouse, right? And then if they're beaming you, they don't have any recoil to fight through. They literally don't need recoil gloves or any kind of stability because the macros do it automatically. Yeah, they have a huge advantage on you, and I'm sure a lot of us have already felt it. It's a wild, rampant problem on the console side. Now, let me tell you what it's not, though. Oh, yeah, and check this last one out, the Python. It's mean, but, like, look at the kick on this thing. Almost completely to the sky. Okay, so what they are not, which I'm grateful for, they're not auto-aim, they're not ESP. ESP is, it's hard to describe. If you've ever watched Kamomo_10, you kind of know what that is. But it basically will highlight things in the game that you shouldn't see. Things like stashes, things like tool cupboards. Like, it'll automatically highlight here. I'll use my admin powers and walk through here. It would, like, highlight where my tool cupboard is inside of here. So, like, it takes the guesswork out of where people are, things that you hide, the element of surprise. You know exactly where to go to someone's tool cupboard. So ESP is something that those things do not do, thank goodness. They also do not allow you to fly around, thank goodness. And they're not actual hacks, which is good. The PC Rust deals with auto-aim, ESP, and flying. Those are all super, super bad. And I don't want to say it's just a Rust problem. It's a popular game problem for PCs, unfortunately. I'm not trying to compare the two to one another. Like I said, we play in both realms. I think it's great that people can play Rust console or Rust anywhere they want, whether it's on the console side or the PC side. So I'm grateful for that. I'm just trying to tell you what this is and what it isn't. Okay, so off to this other side here. Yeah, just to summarize, it's all still cheating. Even though this is a weaker form of cheating, recoil reduction and mouse and keyboard when it's not allowed is definitely cheating, and they also see it in the same way, and you can get banned for it. And that's the point. Here's the thing, right? So if you've recently been around, you know that there's been ban waves, ban waves for vending machine abuse. People putting crazy, stupid things on vending machine text. So there's been bans for that. So if you've been banned recently, or if you've been talking crazy trash to people, sometimes you get banned for that. But guess what else is coming in? A ban wave for mouse and keyboard adapters. That's right. If you're using one, stop using it, because you're going to get banned and you're going to be upset. It's just like shoplifting, right? Yeah, I'm sure you can get away with it 99% of the time, but that 1% you get caught, you'll wish you had never done it. So this is no different. You may feel invincible now, but I'm telling you, it's going to catch up with you, and you're going to be hurting real bad when you're banned. So that's the warning. Anybody who's thinking about getting it, don't. It's definitely still cheating. I know this is on the game side of things, and I know once Microsoft and PlayStation really dial in their ability to detect these better, it's going to be a platform ban. I don't know when that's coming, but just basically what I'm saying is, if you're using it or thinking about using it, just stop, because it's going to be bad news for everybody that's associated with it. So just don't do it, you know? Just play the game as it was intended. It's way more fun that way anyways, and, you know, it's just a warning. Like, hey, don't do it. If you're thinking about doing it, don't. It's bad. All right, so that's all we got. This is the cheating problem for Rust Console Edition. Hopefully that shed some light on the situation for everybody. If anybody was like, man, I'm getting beamed all the time, that's probably why. But hey, you know, sometimes you're just bad at the game too. That happens. I mean, if anybody's watched me on the live stream, you know I'm terrible at shooting. But sometimes I land shots. But hey, it's not about landing your shots. It's about getting rated and having a good time. All right, if you found it useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. And if you want to, drop that subscribe and turn on those notifications, as that will keep you up to date as to when our PTB content is going to come in. I don't know if it's hot air balloons or what, but we'll definitely let you guys know ASAP. It's basically our new content that's going to be coming in. So, you know, anybody's guess at this point, right? Horses, balloons, who knows? All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye. Music, music. Whip, 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 whip.